Hi, Joey O'Connor here, and I want to talk to you about funding your art and the fear of failure. Now I know those are two big topics and we could spend a lot of time talking about both. But if I was to boil down this whole conversation into two questions, and if we were just sitting face to face over a cup of coffee, I'd ask you this. First question, how are you funding your art? Second question, what are you afraid of? Now, I don't know what kind of artist you are, if you're a full-time artist, part-time, maybe you're a professional, or at least that's the dream or desire that you had. But asking yourself how you plan on funding your art, that's a legitimate question. And as your folks might say, the lottery's not a legitimate answer. Well, funding your art, it's a scary topic, which is why I also want to talk to you about fear. One of the reasons I'm making this video, hopefully to encourage you in some way today, probably the most important thing I want to say to you is that you don't have to go it alone. When I started the Grove years ago, one of the key reasons I started it was to help pull artists out of isolation and somehow plot them in community where they'd receive the encouragement, the support of other artists as we all pursued our creative careers together. So with funding your art, I want you to know that you just don't have to go it alone. The Grove offers all sorts of creative funding options for artists and the relational support, the tools you need to move forward as an artist in your career. So what is it then that keeps you and I from moving forward as artists, or perhaps at least as humans? Well, it's fear. Let's be honest, you and I, we're not bulletproof. We fear because we're human. We fear being alone or unloved. We fear being accepted or being rejected. We fear the balance in our checkbooks. Is there a little? Is there a lot? Will there ever be enough? We fear people critiquing our art. Some of us, we fear death. And some of us fear the freedom of what it would be like to live as if we were truly alive. Well, just this morning, I woke up early, and right from the start, I found myself in a wrestling match with fear. All the doubts, worries, what ifs, this negative narrative was going on in my head, and I just had to cry out, Lord, help. So if you wrestle with fear, be encouraged, you're not alone. I wrestle with it too. Probably my greatest fear is the fear of failure. A close second would be not being accepted or loved, but the fear of failure is what often paralyzes me, and I know it paralyzes so many other artists. Well, it's the fear of failure that sabotages the lives of so many people, and if you let it, fear is going to paralyze you to the point of inaction. It's going to prevent you from pursuing the highest quality work that you know you can do. It will keep you from developing the necessary perseverance you need to be an artist for a long haul. So what's the antidote for handling your fear? Well, it's simple. It's courage. Courage is all about not losing heart. John Wayne, who's one of my boyhood heroes, he said this, courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. Well, courage is not about not being afraid, it's about being courageous and saddling up in spite of your fears. Someone else said this, I love this. The opposite of courage is not cowardice, it's conformity, and even a dead fish can float downstream. Well, as an artist, you were definitely not created to go with the flow. You're made to create something out of nothing with the tools you've been given to create your art. So you don't want to be a dead fish going downstream with the flow. I know I don't. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, is just fear and how do we fund our art. I'm Joey O'Connor, and this final question I want you to consider is, how in any way are your fears and funding your art related? Because you don't have to go it alone. If you need funding, creative funding options, the Grove, we can help you. If you're struggling with fear, we have all sorts of free webinars and classes and emails. And if you're watching this anywhere else besides the Grove website, head on over to thegrovecenter.org. That's where all the community, the discussions are happening, and we've got all sorts of free goodies and resources and webinars just for you as an artist. So scroll down right now on the webpage, leave us a comment, tell us what fear you're overcoming, or what are some ways you've dealt with overcoming fear and not letting it get the best of you. Drop us a note. Let us know how we can help you. We can't do everything, but we do our best to help as many artists as we can, and we'd love to encourage you in some way today. So whatever your fear is, whatever your challenge, whatever's going on in your life this week, I just want to encourage you to go for it. You're far more courageous than you think you are, and you're more courageous than you know it. So go for it. Have a great day.